Good morning, children. In the previous class, we learned about the nucleus. Okay, so nucleus organizes, controls, and directs the functions of the cell, and we have also learned the structure. Okay, so today we'll be learning the next organelle, that is mitochondria. Okay, so we can see here and there mitochondria in the cell. This is the structure of the cell, eukaryotic cell or animal cell, and there are several organelles present inside the cell. Okay, so now we will be learning one by one about each cells. Okay, so first one is nucleus. We have finished, that is the nucleus surrounded by double membrane, and the next one is mitochondria. Okay, so first we will be learning the structure of the mitochondria, and then we will be learning the function of the mitochondria. Okay, so like this we will be learning about the structure and functional of all the organelles. Okay, so we have learned that cell is the structural and functional unit of life. Okay, so now we will learn structure and function of each and every organelle. So first we have finished nucleus, now mitochondria. Mitochondria is shoe shaped or tennis racket shaped, children, and there are two membranes. The outer membrane is porous and does not have any fold, and the inner membrane has finger-like projection. Okay, and this finger-like projection is called cristae. Okay, it is called as cristae. The finger-like projection is called cristae, and there is a colorless fluid in the internal membrane or the cristae, and this colorless fluid is called matrix. Okay, it is called as matrix. And then on the cristae facing towards the matrix, here facing towards the matrix, there are elementary particles. Okay, so elementary particles. Okay, elementary particles. Okay, so mitochondria has two membrane, the outer membrane and the inner membrane. The outer membrane is porous, the inner membrane has finger-like projections, and those are called as cristae. It is filled with colorless fluid, and that is called as matrix. Okay, and this is the structure of the mitochondria. Furthermore, we can learn in 10th class. Okay, next we will go to the functions of mitochondria. Mitochondria is called the powerhouse of the cell. Okay, it is called the powerhouse of the cell. Because it generates energy. Mitochondria generates energy by oxidizing carbohydrates and fatty acids. Okay, so carbohydrates and fatty acids are broken down and energy is produced. That takes place inside the mitochondria. So mitochondria is called the powerhouse of the cell, and this energy release is used for various metabolic activities, for synthesizing several new chemical compounds, and for various chemical reactions in our body. Okay, and then the rest of the energy is stored in the form of ATP in mitochondria. Okay, so ATP, the full form of ATP is adenosine triphosphate. Okay, and this is the stored energy in our cell, in our mitochondria, and whenever energy is required for various functions, then the energy is utilized from this ATP. Okay, so ATP is also called as energy currency. Okay, so ATP is also called as energy currency. Okay, and then this mitochondria has its own DNA and ribosomes. Okay, and therefore mitochondria can also synthesize its own protein. Okay, children, so this is the function of the mitochondria, and much more we can learn in 10th class. Okay, next one is lysosome. Okay, so lysosome is a spherical structure. It is surrounded by single membrane. Okay, and inside the lysosome there is an enzyme, a chemical substance, and that enzyme has a capacity to digest organic material. Okay, and then lysosome is also known as waste disposal system of the cell, because it helps the cell, or it helps in keeping the cell clean. Okay, it cleans off the worn out tissues and then worn out organelles and then foreign material that enters inside the cell. Okay, and then under diseased condition or any disturbance in the cell, this lysosome destroys in the structure. The enzymes from the lysosome comes out and kills itself. So lysosomes are also called suicidal bags of the cell. Okay, so what is lysosome also called? The suicidal bags of the cell. Okay, because it kills itself. Understood, children? It kills itself. The under diseased condition or any disturbance, the enzyme present in the lysosome. Okay, so there is enzyme, chemical substance filled inside the lysosome. This enzyme comes out and it destroys the lysosome. It kills itself. Okay, so that's why lysosomes are also called as suicidal bags of the cell. Mitochondria is also called the powerhouse of the cell. Okay, because it generates energy, and lysosomes are called the suicidal bags of the cell because it kills itself. Okay, so this is about the lysosome. Next we'll go to the ribosome. Okay, so ribosome. Next, so here all we studied that mitochondria is surrounded by two membrane, lysosome is surrounded by single membrane, and ribosomes are not surrounded by any membrane. Okay, so ribosomes are the membraneless organelles. There are no membrane on the ribosomes. Okay, and these ribosomes are heart or pear-shaped structure. Children, you can see here violet color. So these are all heart or pear fruit, pear-shaped structure. They are not surrounded by any membrane. Okay, and then ribosomes are made up of RNA and proteins. Okay, so these are made up of RNA and protein. Okay, so what is the full form of RNA? RNA means ribonucleic acid. Okay, ribose nucleic acid also you can say ribonucleic acid. So ribosomes are also made up of RNA and protein. They do not have any membrane on them. Okay, and they are either present singly free ribosomes or they are present in group. And if these are present in group, then they are called polysomes. Okay, what they are called? Polysomes. Alright, children. And next, these ribosomes are the seed for protein synthesis. Okay, they help in protein synthesis. Okay, so synthesis. Protein synthesis. They are the seed for protein synthesis. So these are some of the organelles. Here mitochondria is surrounded by double membrane, lysosome is surrounded by single membrane, and ribosomes have no membrane. Okay, then mitochondria is called the powerhouse of the cell, lysosome is called the suicidal bags of the cell, and ribosomes are called the protein factories. Okay, they are called the protein factories because they synthesize protein. Okay, they are made up of RNA, protein. RNA is ribonucleic acid, and in case they are present in group, then they are called as polysome. And ribosomes are also called as protein factory. Okay, protein factory. So in the next class we will be learning about other organelle, that is endoplasmic reticulum. You can see here tube-like structure. Okay, tube-like structure spread all over the cell. So these are called endoplasmic reticulum. We'll be learning in the next class. Okay, so take down all this, children.